So now we're moving on to line number 5. And for this we're using the tip of our tongue, but it's a bit flatter compared to the previous line. So this is ta-ta, ta-ta, da-da, da-da, na-na. So we're using the tip of our tongue just behind our top teeth, against the edge of the roof of our mouth. So ta-ta, it's a bit flatter. So the tip of our tongue, but flatter than danka, ta-ta, which was almost the edge of our tongue. Ta-ta, just touching the tip of our teeth. Ta-ta, da-da, da-da, na-na. To write ta-ta, it looks a bit like a 3, so if you want you don't have to do a line and then lift your pen up to do the rest of it. You can write it almost like a 3, but if you want you can lift your pen up and then go down and then round again. It's almost like you're starting off in ura, but you're leaving it half undone. Then if you went all the way up and then back round, that would form an ura. चलो दो चार और तत्ता लिख दिया. Tata. It's a bit softer than danka above it. Tata. Tata. And a couple of words beginning with tata are tari. Tari means clap. Tolia. Tolia is a towel. Tang. Tang is annoy, so tang karna is to annoy someone, or tang hona is to be annoyed. And tel. Tel means oil. Next letter is tata. So letter number 22, or the second letter in line number 5. Tata. So again, it's a bit like tata with a bit more breath added to it. So all the pairs here, the first and second letters in line 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, they're quite similar. The second one has more breath, it's more airy. So kaka, kaka, cha-cha, cha-cha, danga, ta-ta. And then now tata, tata. And then next line we'll have papa, papa. So tata, you might already see how it's quite similar to kaka. And then it looks a little bit similar to some of the other letters coming up as well. So tata, it's like this. Tata. So it's almost like you're doing kaka, but with a line on top. If you wanted, you could do a kaka first. And then just do this line on top. But I usually do this horizontal line at the top, and then start on the top left, come down, then loop up, then come back down for the tail, and then this horizontal line across the middle. Tata. चलो दो चार बारी और लिख दिया. And then we'll move on to a couple of words beginning with tata. Tata. Some people might do a little bit, make it stick out a bit more on the left hand side. Or you can just do it straight like I've done first. Tata. And a few words beginning with tata include thali. Thali is a plate. Often we might refer to a thal or a thali as being one of those metal plates that are used in, for example, the Gurdwara. Thinda. Thinda means slippery, oily, greasy. Thinda. Thora. Thora. Thora means a small amount, a little bit. Thora. And thala. Thala means a bag. Thala. It also might look a bit similar to baba, but baba you're writing it in a different way. You're writing it as the opposite of a 3, and then you do the vertical line, but tata you're doing the whole loop, and then you do the line in the middle. So line 5, letter 3 is dada. Dada. remember it's a bit softer than the letter above it, which is da. This is da. So using the flat tip of your tongue, just behind the top teeth, da. And again, so you remember how the first pair in line 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're quite related, so it's almost as though the second letter is the same as the first with a bit more breath or air added to it. This time, the second pair of letters, so letter 3 and 4, in lines 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, these two, the second letter here, so letter number 4 in each of those lines, is almost as though you've given it a bit more energy, a bit of a push when you're saying that letter. So, for example, gaga, gaga, jaja, jaja, dada, dada, and now dada, dada, and then next we'll see baba and baba. So dada and dada. The dada likar vaste, what we do is the horizontal line at the top, and then a bit like how we wrote jaja, we do the tiny little loop, but then we continue coming up, looping round at the bottom. Dada. Horizontal line, start almost near the edge, top right, come down, right angle towards the left, tiny little loop, then you start coming down and then move over to the right to do a little curve. Dada. Docha rüliklena. Dada. 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 And dada. Ignore the phone call in the background, sorry. Ignore words. Jo daddenal chirundene. Dand. Dand means teeth. Dard. Dard means pain. Dorna. Dorna means to run. And dil. Dil means heart. Or dil karna is to want something. So letter number 4 in line 5 is dada. Dada. Dada is, it's a bit similar to dada, but I guess the start of this letter, you could consider it similar to sounding like data. So it's almost as though you're adding data and dada together. And this is the same pattern as lines 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So kaga, you could almost say it's like saying ga, ga. Jaja is almost like saying jaja. Dada is almost like saying da da. Dada is almost like da da, and baba is almost like ba ba. It's slightly different, but similar enough that you can use that as a pattern to remind yourself when you're learning. So dada, dada. Nukinjlikida. So start with a horizontal line at the top. It looks very similar to kaka or tata, or later on papa. But no line in the middle like with kaka or tata. Horizontal line at the top, starting near the top left. You can make it curve if you want, or you can leave it straight like I did before. So top left, come down, round, back up, and then down for a tail. And then, yep, dada. So you can leave it straight like this, or you can make it curve a bit out, like in the fonts, in the computerized fonts that we have. Dada. It doesn't matter. And the length of the tail also doesn't really matter. I think I tend to do them a bit longer than they are in the computerized fonts, as long as it's legible. Dada. Some words beginning with dada include tua. Tua. Tua is smoke. Dharam. Dharam means religion or faith. Depending on the context, dharam could mean like righteousness, integrity, or morals. Dan. Dan means blessed, fortunate. You might add vad at the end, which means dhanvad means thank you. Dund. Dund is fog, mist. And Torna. Torna is to wash. Nana. Nana is letter number 5 in line number 5, so it's letter 25 in the Gurmukhi alphabet. Nana. Nana no kinjlikida. So you start with the horizontal line at the top and do a vertical line in the middle of that. And then either way, you're doing a curve and you want to make sure it doesn't meet in the middle. So it's like an open circle. Nana. And it looks a bit like tata, which we did in the previous line, except it's not closed at the bottom. So you can't do it like a circle like you can with tata. Make sure there's a gap. So nana jo likh raha, each side separately. Nana. Nana. Again, you're using the flat tip of your tongue just behind your teeth. Oop, it's a bit uneven. Make sure that the line at the top is longer than the letter, wider than the letter that you're writing, not like how I've written the first example here. Nana. Then I'll get words in there. Nana for nak. Nak is nose. Neend. Neend is sleep or sleepiness. Neendarni is to feel sleepy. Nalka. Nalka is a tap. Nalka. And Nani. Nani is maternal grandmother. Grandma. Nani.